And there is our pole sitter. Robert Schwartzman took his first win in the FIA Formula 3 European Championship in the final race at the Red Bull Ring. He is the rookie champion. That was sealed, and he cannot be caught in terms of that rookie championship. So the Prema Theodore star Robert Schwartzman, Daravala, Sasha Fenestras, Guan Yu Zhu, Inem Ahmed, and Daniel Ticktum. Now, so the lights begin to come on. We have 3, 4, 5, and when the lights are out, we go racing. So good start from Schwartzman. A very good start from Schumacher as well, who's very nearly able to put himself on the inside of Robert Schwartzman going into turn number 1, but was just denied by Schwartzman. So as they head, Juri Vips already looking very lively on the back of Mick Schumacher. Sasha Fenestras, another driver that's looking pretty lively too. As for the first time of asking in this 33-minute race, plus 1 lap, they make their way on to the Parabolica now. But Schwartzman is able to escape up the road. Juri Vips on the inside of Mick Schumacher going into the hairpin, but Mick Schumacher has superior momentum. Gian Daravala on the inside there, as there's a connection with Fenestras there, you can see involved. Schwartzman up the road. Now, whether there's still any debris across the track or not, we can't tell. So through the Sud Curva. Armstrong was in that melee as well. So first lap in the book for Schwartzman, then Schumacher, Alex Powell. So race leader Robert Schwartzman, who's stretching his legs by 1.2 seconds over Mick Schumacher, the new champion, who in turn is about the same distance over Alex Paulo. Then it is Ralph Aron, Gian Daravala, and Dan Ticktum, P6. So Ticktum, of course, will try and reel in Gian Daravala. Their confirmation as another lap is put in the book of the order. Schwartzman, Schumacher, Paulo, Aron, Daravala, Ticktum, Aberdeen, and Guan Yu Zhu up to P8. Robert Schwartzman away well, so too Mick Schumacher, and the rest of the cars all come through. Everyone getting away well. And all, as always, jostling for positions heading into turn number 1. From the high shot here, can see that Schumacher very nearly had the ability to keep alongside Robert Schwartzman going into turn number 1, but not quite. So the last 2 races finished neither of them, sadly. So Schwartzman then continuing to go well, who in turn is just being reeled in a little bit now by Alex Paulo. So Schwartzman, Schumacher, Bravala, Ticktum, Aberdeen, Guan Yu Zhu, Ferdinand Habsburg is P9, and Inem Ahmed, which he has done, it's now 2.1 seconds, or it was last time around. And as Robert Schwartzman crosses the timing line just about now. Oh, and that's a big, big off for Gian Daravala. Managed to hold it together and get it pointing in the right direction again, and there's a huge smoke coming out of the back of that car. So that is going to be a race retirement for Gian Daravala, I feel sure. Lots of cars in avoidance, and you can see the smoke is still coming out of the number 9 car. So Gian Daravala then, who is, as I said, going to have to try and nurse the car back, but of course he's got the whole lap to do. See the front end plate running on the tarmac. Now, completely all out on his own. Oh, and you can see how the damage was caused to the car. Running across the rumble strips. You can see it even better, perhaps, from this particular angle. The track control arms, I think, was broken even before going through the gravel. There is Juri Vips then, who has, in the space of us talking about Gian Daravala, moved up to P15 and base. So Schwartzman is 3.3 seconds up the road from Schumacher. Now, the fact that this we saw just a few moments ago, clattering and rattling across the curbs and the grass. That was Julian Hanses, and you can see Julian Hanses picking up quite a lot of gravel. Both Marcus Armstrong and Gian Daravala, weekend that Marcus Armstrong has had is continuing. The 3 non-finishers in this weekend. Really damp end to his season, to be fair. Schumacher has seen off the charge coming from Alex Paulo and gaps him a little bit now. 6/10 between the two of them as they cross the timing line then. And the order, as you can see on screen, Schwartzman, Schumacher, Paulo are now under pressure as well. So the number 30 car is Frederic Vesti, and right behind Frederic Vesti is the number 3 car of Fernandez. So charge for Alex Paulo, from Alex Paulo, just for the moment. 6, almost 7, 3, 4, 2, 1, which comes on lap 12 of the race. Next in his target size, the closest that he had got, and a real opportunity was there, but it's all very well being right on the back of someone. You've got to find a way around. So I mentioned just a few moments ago about the loss of Gian Daravala out of the race. As you can see, through the gravel. And the car really dipping down, and there you can see it from another angle. And Gian Daravala doing a very good job to control the car, truthfully, and it not pointing in the wrong direction. But as you can see, lots of damage to the Gian Daravala car, and that was always going to be broken. And sadly, not a great end to the 2018 season for Gian Daravala. One of the really nice guys in the paddock, it has to be said. Right, here is the battle that is continuing then. And this isn't all over yet, although Guan Yu Zhu has made haste his escape up the road. Jonathan Aberdeen then still trying to defend from Ferdinand Habsburg in the number 62 car. So we'll be focusing on the Inem Ahmed car ahead of him. Whilst all that is going on, Robert Schwartzman is now some 5.5 seconds up the road from Mick Schumacher. The order being unveiled on screen as the cars cross through Vips is going to have to try and get to P4, and with merely 7 minutes of the race remaining, that's an extremely tall order, I would suggest. So Robert Schwartzman, who has, well, he's just gone quietly about his work, hasn't he, as he makes his way through the Mercedes turn now and into turn 9-10 sequence. He's done a brilliant job here and hasn't looked troubled at all. So Robert Schwartzman then for Prema Theodore Racing, then supported of course by the SMP Racing concern. SMP Racing, Boris Rotenberg, himself a reasonable GT driver, it has to be said. And Boris Rotenberg's racing career coached by one Mr. Alexei Vasiliev, another very, very talented Russian racer. But this young talent is Robert Schwartzman, who's being supported by that organization and doing well to put their favouring just how good he is with a 5.7 second margin over Mick Schumacher, the new 2018. This, though, our race leader, Robert Schwartzman, just as the clock went to 0, and therefore just waiting before we saw the absolute confirmation that this will be the... But what an absolute star drive it's been from this man, Robert Schwartzman, who is going to finish and take the checkered flag. P3 overall, but wins this race with a margin of 8.5 seconds. It was last lap. Ahmed P9, Jury Vips P10, Sophia Flörsch P11, and then Artem Petrov P12. Well, that was a great drive from Robert Schwartzman. Completely and totally untroubled. And completes his 2018 Formula 3 European Championship season with a Rems, the man then that has taken the win in the last race of the season, Robert Schwartzman. Incredible margin with which he finished as well. So pretty happy with that, and rightly so. So on the rookie podium, we're going to see Schwartzman. Robert Schwartzman then following the Robert Schwartzman P1, then it was Mick Schumacher. Podiums to come, but Perk Vermey first of all as Robert Schwartzman parks his car up in front of the number 1 side because he wins the race. And gets himself out of the car. Very happy he is. Very dominant display. And congratulated down there. And we can see it from another angle.